If you're looking for a tech job right now, you know the feeling. It's a total paradox. On the one hand, it seems like there are jobs everywhere, but on the other, actually getting one feels harder than ever. So what is going on? What are the real rules for getting hired in 2025? Let's break it down.
Okay, so here's the mystery in a nutshell. The good news, tech unemployment is super low, and job postings are actually up 16% from last year. Awesome, right? Well, here's the harsh truth. You are 3 times less likely to get a response from a company today than you were just a few years ago. So what gives? How can both of these things be true?
Well, the simple answer is that the old way of doing things is completely broken. The playbook that used to work, blasting your resume out to 100 job boards, that's now a one-way ticket to the job search graveyard. And listen, it's not you, it's the system. It has changed.
Just look at that number for a second. 0.1%. That is your actual chance of success when you send a cold application online. Think about that. You would have to send out 1,000 applications just to maybe get one offer. The odds are they're not in your favor.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. If you've been out there sending application after application and hearing nothing but crickets, I want you to know you're not going crazy. It is not a reflection of your skills or how qualified you are. It's just the brutal math of a system that isn't built for you to succeed that way.
So why is the math so bad? Well, say hello to the robot gatekeeper. A staggering 75% of resumes, 3 out of every 4, are automatically rejected by software before a human being ever lays eyes on them. It's called an applicant tracking system, or ATS, and it's filtering you out before you even get a chance.
Okay, so your first thought might be, fine, I'll just apply to more jobs. I'll beat the odds with volume. But, and this is so important, the data shows that is a terrible idea. The old spray and pray method actually starts to work against you. And the numbers prove it. Take a look. Job seekers who send between 21 and 80 really targeted, high-quality applications have almost a 31% chance of landing an offer. But look what happens when you send more than 80. Your success rate drops by a third. Why? Because recruiters can spot a generic mass application a mile away. Quality just demolishes quantity in this game.
All right, so if the front door is guarded by robots and spamming applications just makes things worse, how in the world do you get a job? Well, there's a side door, a secret weapon. Let's call it your golden ticket, because the data on this is it's undeniable.
Just look at the difference here. A cold application, best case scenario, has about a 2% chance of working out. But an application that comes from a referral, that success rate leaps to 30%. Referred candidates are 4 times more likely to get the job. This isn't just a small advantage, it is a whole different ball game.
Let's put it another way. Getting one single good referral is statistically more powerful than sending out 40 random applications into the void. All that time and energy you spend clicking apply, put it into getting one referral instead. It's the definition of working smarter, not harder.
Great, you're probably thinking, but how do I get these magical referrals? It's about being strategic. First, tap into your existing network on LinkedIn. Second, look up people who went to your university. Alumni networks are incredibly powerful. Third, join the conversation in industry Slack or Discord groups. And finally, just become a helpful, active voice in online tech communities. Build those relationships before you need something.
Okay, so referrals are clearly priority number 1. But that's not the whole story. A truly smart strategy has a few more layers to it. So let's look at what else the data tells us can give you a serious edge.
We keep saying targeted applications, but what does that actually mean in practice? 3 things. 1, you have to customize your resume for every single job you apply to. 2, you need to find the keywords in the job description and weave them naturally into your experience. And 3, keep your resume format simple. No fancy columns, no weird graphics. The robots hate that stuff.
You also have to treat LinkedIn like it's your full-time job, because over 95% of recruiters live on that platform. Look at the difference here. A headline that just says software engineer is basically invisible, but the one on the right, it's packed with keywords recruiters are actually searching for. Python, AWS, React, and it even says what you're open to. This is how they find you.
So if you're wondering how to spend your time, this is the ideal split, according to the data. A massive 80% of your job-seeking time should be spent on networking, building relationships, having conversations, getting those referrals. Only 20% should be the actual act of filling out applications. I know it feels backward, but that's where the results are.
Look, this is about more than just getting your next job. This is about building a career that can withstand whatever changes come next.
And that means you have to focus on the right skills and be realistic about how long this stuff actually takes. Speaking of skills, here's what's hot for 2025. AI and machine learning are basically non-negotiable at this point. They're in over a quarter of all tech job postings. Cybersecurity and data science are huge. And look at the growth in languages like Rust and Go. But don't forget the so-called soft skills. The ability to communicate well and tell a good story about your work can be the thing that sets you apart.
And please, be patient. This process takes time. The average time to get hired is 5 weeks. The median time just to get your first offer is more than 2 months. And if you're in a hot field like AI, it could be almost 3 months. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You have to have multiple irons in the fire.
Okay, that was a lot. We've talked about the broken system, the power of referrals, smart strategies, and playing the long game. So let's tie it all together. Here is your new, official action plan.
It's this simple. Stop blindly applying online. Stop using a one-size-fits-all resume. Stop just scrolling through job boards. Instead, start building real relationships. Start tailoring every single application you send. Start treating your LinkedIn profile like it's the most important piece of real estate you own. And always, always be learning the skills that are in demand.
The bottom line is this. The old rules are gone. Winning the tech job search in 2025 isn't about applying more. It's about being smarter, being more targeted, and being more human. The game has completely changed. So the only question left is, are you ready to play?